Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. And we got some more of the Earl Anthony challenge. We got matches 13 through 16. First match here today is going to be Earl going up against SCHISSLER. And Earl's up first. See what he does here in this first frame. And not good. That's going to be only 7 pins for Earl. See if he can get this spare, get on track here. And he gets the spare, but not what he wanted to do here. He wanted to put some pressure on Les here. See if Les comes out in the first frame and strikes. Gets on a roll here to start off with. And he only gets 9 pins. See what he does here. And he picks up the spare. And on the frame number 2 for him. See if he can get on track. And a 7-4. That'll be a strike. See if Earl can answer here in the second frame. And a 10-6 not going to get her done. That's an 8 split. See if Earl can get this split here, folks. A 15-3. 15-3 on an 8 split. And nope, he only gets 1 pin. Open frame for Earl already. Now what he wanted to do here. Not starting off very good. That's for sure. Let's see if he can straighten it out here in the third frame. 13-1 he does. So he gets a strike in the third. And now we're to the third here for Les. And see if he can keep the pressure on, going for a double. And a 6-5, that'll get her done. Now he's going for his turkey here. And a 6-5 again, so he's got his turkey. He is on a roll here. We go to the fourth frame now for Earl. Needs to strike here and get a double. And he does with the 17-1. See if he can get his turkey here. And a 2. 19-2 is not going to get her done. It's only 7 pins. See if he can pick up the strike here. And a 19-3. And that'll get her done. So he gets the spare here in the fifth. And now Les is up a 290 to a 244. Going for a 4-bagger. And a 12-2. And only 9 pins. That last one would not fall for Les. See if he can pick up the spare. And he does. That stops the strikes. And now we go to the 6th frame here. And a 19-6. That's going to be on the Y chart. Let's see what happens here on the Y chart. Les is trying to open up the door. 22 is a 6. And see now he is a double A spare. See what he can do here on the 6 chart with a double A. And a 6-6 on a double A. He gets the spare. We move to frame number 6 now for Earl. And it's a 255 to a 244. Earl needs to strike here and put some pressure on him. That's for sure. So Earl steps up here in the 6th frame. Can he start striking here, folks? And he sure does. Can he go for a back-to-back, a double here? And that's going to be a strike all day long. So back-to-back strikes. Earl putting the pressure on now. And here comes Les now, working on a spare. And a 12-5 is not going to get her done. It's only 9 pins. See if he can get his spare here. And he does. And this match is tied up, folks. A 244 to a 244. Les here, see what he does in the eighth. A 15-4. And that's going to be 8 pins. And now Earl is going to be coming up here to try to close this match out. 8+ on a 19-3. And he barely gets the spare, folks. That last pin barely went down. So we go to the 8th frame for Earl. And a 232 to a 244. See if Earl can strike here and keep the pressure on. And a 13-6 isn't going to get her. That's only 7 pins. Earl cannot be the closer here, folks. See if he can get a spare here. And a 14-6 on a 7. And that'll get the job done. Now we go to the 9th frame. Needs a strike here. And an 18-4 is not going to get her done. That's only 8 pins. And a 10-5 will get the spare. But not what Earl wanted. The door was open and he could not come through here. He is left Les back in this match. A 232 to a 209. Les steps up here in the 9th frame. And a 4-2. That'll be a strike. And I'll put it in the wrong spot. And we'll just do this. And the 9th frame, he gets a strike. Now working on the 10th frame. And a 5-5. That'll be a strike. Les looks like he's going to wrap this match up. And a 6-5. And that'll be a turkey. Can he get a 4-bagger to close her off with? And he does. And this match is over, folks. Les comes up and gets a 4-bagger to close this match out. See what Earl can do here in the 10th. Just to make it look respectable. And a 15-1. That'll be a strike. And now his second ball. An 11-6 ain't getting it done. That's only 7. Wait a second. Not again. Okay, here, let's do this again. So he had a, I'll be damned. What did he have there? He had a 7. Go back here. That was a 7. He got the spare. Then we go to the 10th frame here. He gets a 7. Right. He gets a 7. And then see if he can get the spare. And he gets the spare. What does he do on the last ball here? So Earl's going to get blown out here with a 196 to a 232. Earl not in this match at all. Goes down. Now it is. He is 7-6 in these matches, folks. Not doing well. Not doing well. 118 to 27. Not what we hoped. We hoped Earl was going to dominate this. But he sure hasn't. He's been hovering right around 500. See if he can get on a roll now after this match. Put this one behind him. 176. And finally a 196 to finish it off. And last, let's see here, 20, a 50, a 79, a 99, 115, 134, 152, 172, and then he poured it on here, a 202. Finally, a 232 to finish it off in style with a 4-bagger. So let's see who's up next for Earl. And next up is Harry Smith. Can Earl bounce back here and get a win? Here we go. First frame of this match. And here's the first ball. And a 17-1. That'll get the job done. Maybe Earl can get on a roll here as Smith comes up to the lane for his first frame. And a 2-3. He gets it done. And now frame number 2 for Harry. And a 3-1. He's on a roll here. He gets his double. Can Earl answer back here? And a 15-4. No, he can't. That'll be 9 pins. And he gets the spare. Can he bounce back here and get a strike here in the third? And he does. Sorry, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He only gets 9 pins. Look at that wrong. And he will get the spare here. Barely. So Earl now with back-to-back 9 spares. And now you got Harry with a chance for a turkey. And that's not going to happen. That'll be 7 pins. See if he can pick up his spare. And he does. On the frame number 4 now. And a 13-3. That'll be 9 pins for Harry. And he picks up the spare. And now we got Earl up here. Can he start striking out here, folks? Putting the pressure on Mr. Smith. So Mr. Smith comes to town. And a 15-1. That'll be a strike all day long. Can he go back-to-back jacks? And a 19-2. No, he can't. That's a 7+. Can he pick up the spare here? And a 12-5. That'll get the job done. But again, he can't close this out, folks. It's been the problem here. He can't put a string of strikes together. And Mr. Smith's back in here. A 266 max to a 249. Mr. Smith's back in the driver's seat. And an 8-2. He gets a strike. As Tim D joins us here. Oh, cool. Tim's picking up his nephews off the school bus. And now we got Mr. Smith. Can he go back to back here? No, he can't. That'll be 9 pins. So not closing the door either here, is he? And he gets the spare. And we move to the 6th frame for Earl. The door is open again. Smith can't close it. Can Earl finally string some strikes together here, folks? That is the question. And nope, that's going to be the U chart. It could be a good thing. Let's hope here that he gets a good roll here and gets something unexpectedly good. And a 55. Bowler loses rhythm. Read off the question for the next. Let's see here, roll a dice. Only 1 ball, so not too bad. So this will be off the question mark. And a 3. That's 9 pins. Couldn't ask for much better than that. Now let's see if he can straighten this out. And he gets the spare. So he gets the spare. Now let's see if he can get back on track here. And a 20 and a 1, 9 pins. Can't quite hit the pocket, just missing. But he does pick up the spare. So back-to-back 9 spares. We go to the 7th frame for Smith. A 246 to a 227. And a 9-5. That'll be a strike. He's back on track. And let's see if he picks up the double here. 13-1. He does. Looks like Mr. Smith has found his rhythm. And now it's important here. I think Mr. Anthony needs back-to-back strikes. And a 2-5 will get her done. Can he get her again here, folks? And a 14-1, that'll get her done. So Anthony's keeping pace here, putting the pressure on Smith. So we go to the 9th frame, 246 to a 227. See if he can get his turkey. And a 5-1, he gets the turkey, sets himself up nicely here for the 10th frame, going for a 4-bagger. And we drop the dice, and that's only going to be 7 pins. That leaves the opening for Earl. If he strikes out, he wins this match. And a 19-6 on a 7, he might not even get the spare. 19-6 on a 7 only gets 1 pin, folks. And he just blew this in the 10th frame. Harry Smith has choked this one away. And now the door is wide open. A 209. A 209 for him. And let's see. Earl needs a strike here, folks. And that's not going to get her done. A 16-4 is only 8 pins. Let's see if he can pick up the spare, though. And an 8-2, he gets the spare. And he can't win this match. Earl has blown it with not getting a strike on that ball. How about that? Smith opened the door, and Harry lives to survive, and Earl loses back-to-back matches. Unbelievable here, folks. Earl Anthony is choking up the joint. Needed a strike there in the 10th frame. Couldn't get it. Could not get it. Loses a 209 to a 205. Mr. Smith gave him every opportunity, and Earl could not get her done, folks. It's a damn shame. Earl is blowing it, folks. Blowing this. Should be dominating these guys, in my opinion. And he is letting them squeak on by. And it is now 7 matches to 7. He has won 7 and lost 7. Can he right the ship now here and we'll get 2 wins in match number 15 and 16. 27, 47, 66, 86, 106, 126, 156, 183, 201, and then a 209. Like I say, he gave him every opportunity. Every stinking opportunity, and Earl did not take advantage of it, folks. Did not take advantage of it.
FORMESKY.
And now Earl is going to move on to match number 3 of this card, 15 overall. And he's got SKEE FORMESKY up now. Let's see what Earl can do. Can he bounce back after 2 tough losses? Yeah, like I say, these are good guys, man. I enjoy this game. It's been almost 2 years, Tim, since I played it again. It's nice to get it out here. So Earl's up first. And a 13-6 ain't what he wanted. That's 7 pins. He just cannot find any rhythm. And a 17-5. Let's see here. And he does get the spare. Not pretty, but he gets it. So he starts off with a spare in the first frame. Now SKEE's up. And a 6-4. That'll be a strike. That's for sure. And now we move on to frame number 2. And a 17-6, not what he wanted. That's a Y chart result. Let's see what happens here on the Y chart. 41. That's 5+. Let's see here on a 5+. He is a triple A. Triple A on the 5+. So anything but a 13-6. Anything lower than a 13-6, he gets it. And a 4-3, he gets the spare. Now we move on to frame number 2 for Earl. And the door is open here now. Can Earl put the pressure on here and get a strike? And a 7-5 he does. See if he can go back to back jack. He's been having trouble with this, and he's still having trouble. We're going to the U chart. Hopefully it's something good here for him. Wasn't in the last match. He needs a good roll here. A 55, that's not. He loses rhythm for how many balls? 2. So he loses rhythm here in the third frame. Everything will be off the question. And a 5-3. That'll be 8 pins. Can he pick up the spare here? And a 19. And I'm sure he's not. 8 plus. And yes, he barely picks it up. How about that? He got lucky as hell there. Maybe that'll snap the bad luck. Maybe that'll snap the bad luck as SKEE comes up here in the third frame. And a 13-5. That's 9 pins. See if he can pick up the spare. And a 4-6. He will. And now we move on to the fourth frame. And a 13-1. He's back on the strike move. And we got a 269 to a 270. Can Earl keep up with him here in the fourth and get a strike? Oh, no kidding. That's cool, Tim. Says both of his parents were big bowlers. Yeah, I do remember those roller derby leagues. Yep, I sure do. I sure do. Let's see if Earl can strike here in the fourth frame. And a 4-5 he does. See if he can go back to back. And 11-4 just barely gets it done. Nice job, Earl, putting the pressure on. He gets a double here. Like I say, maybe getting that spare in the third changed his luck here. Now SKEE here in the fifth frame, working on a double of his own. And not going to get it, not with no 16. That's going to be a wide chart. Not good for SKEE. And a 42 on the wide chart's a 5 plus. Let's see what he does here on the 5 plus column. Again, he's a AAA, anything but a 13-6. Anything lower than that. And a 19-3, that'll get her done. 16-3, that'll get her done rather. So he does get the spare. Gets the spare here. And the fifth opens the door for Earl. Let's see if Earl can keep the pressure on. We go to the sixth frame for SKEE. And a 23. He's screwing the pooch here. That's another Y result. He is definitely not trying to win this match. He is in trouble, folks. And a 65. That's a Z result. This ain't good. This isn't good. A 44 is only 3 pins, folks. 3 pins here in the sixth. Let's see here. 3 pins. Let's see. He is a AAA, though. Needs to knock down 7 pins here, folks. Okay. 11-6. He won't get her done. And a 1-3. He does get her done. Gets the spare. But man, not looking pretty. Not looking pretty at all. We go to the sixth frame for Earl. Oh, yeah, that's cool too. I agree. Yep, I agree, Tim. And now we go to the 6th frame here. And Earl working on a turkey. Can he get it? And a 4-5 he does. Earl's finally found some rhythm here, folks. How about that? 3 in a row going for a 4-bagger. A 270 to a 232. And that, he ain't going to get the 4-bagger, not with a 19.5. That's 7 pins. See if he can pick up the spare here. And a 10-5, that'll get her done. So that ruined a nice stretch there, but he's got a 247 to a 232. So we move on to the 7th frame for Mr. SKEE. Here we go. And a 15.5. That'll be 8 pins. And here we go. And a 2-5, he picks up the spare on the frame number 8. And a 2-4, he's back in the strike mode. In the 8th frame, see if Earl can answer this 8th frame here with a strike. And a 2-2, he sure does. Can he get a double here, folks, in the 9th? Set up the 10th frame. 11-3, yes, he does. Earl's bowling a nice game here now. So the pressure's on. SKEE needs to strike out to keep the pressure on Earl, that's for sure. And a 13.5 is not going to get her done. That's 9 pins. And see if he gets the spare. And a 15.6, he gets the spare. We go to the 10th frame here. A 200 game to a 247 right now. And a 16-4. That's going to be the end of this match. Only 8 pins. See if he picks up the spare. And a 13.6 on 8 pins. And he gets the spare. What's he do on the last ball here, folks? A 13.5. Only 9 pins. Yeah, me and you both. Me and you both. So a 187 for SKEE. This game is over, folks. Earl's going to finally get a victory here today. Let's see how big of a victory it is. Can he get a 3-bagger here? And no, he's not. He's acting like he has won this thing. That's a 7 split. That is not what you wanted. He definitely needs to pick this up here, or he's going to blow this match, folks. A 7 split on a 6-5. And he gets it. He needed that, folks. He wins 204 if he doesn't get nothing here. And a 25. He sure was acting like he had it wrapped up. I would have liked to seen him finish better than that. A 221 to a 187. But Anthony will take it. He's in the win column here. We'll move to the final match here on the card. See if Earl can at least get the last 2 wins here and go 500 today. 2-2. 57, 184, 204, and then finally a 221. And for SKEE, 20, 39, 59, 79, 92, 110, 130, 150, 168, and a 187 to finish it off with. And the final match here today, John Guenther trying to beat Earl here in the final match. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I enjoy it. It doesn't take long, not a big setup. Yep. And here we go. Can Earl start off with a strike here in this match? And a 1-1. Can't get any better now. That's a perfect ball, folks. perfect ball. Hits the pocket right where you want it. Earl starts off with the strike. See what John can do here in the first frame. And a 4-6, not what he wanted. That's 8 pins. 8 pins here for him. See if he can get a spare out of this. 11-3, he's got it. We move to the second frame now. And an 8-4, and that'll be a strike. So he's back on the strike move. Can Earl get a double here in the second frame here and keep the pressure on John? And a 1-3, another great ball. Earl now going for the turkey here, folks. And a 13-2, only gets 9. That last one couldn't fall. Tried to put some body English on it, but couldn't get it. Can he get the spare here? And he does. Earl, disappointed, thought he had a turkey here. Now he opens the door for John. John trying to get a double here. Working on one. And a 21's only 9. 21 is a strike for him. How about that? John gets a double here. And that's going to be off the Y chart. He gets a double and he misses this one badly. This is off the Y chart. 42. That's only 5 pins, folks. Only 5 pins after getting a double. Couldn't get the turkey. Gets 5 pins here. He's only an A spare on a 5. An A spare guy. Let's see what happens here. And a 12-3 on an A. And that'll get her done. He does get the spare. And we move the frame number 4 for Earl. Can he bounce back here and get a strike? It's a 265 and a 279 and a 3-5. Earl's back on the strike mode. Can he get a double here, folks? And a 2-5 he does. He's keeping the pressure on John. We go to frame number 5 for John. And a 19-6, that's going to be off the Y chart again. John's blowing it, folks. He's blowing it. 53. Again, that's only 5 pins. And again, he is an A spare guy. Only an A. See what he does here. Try to pick up this spare. And a 9-1's going to get her done all day. He gets another spare. And now on the frame number 6 rather for him. And a 5-6. That's only 8 pins. He is struggling here in the middle frames, folks. Struggling big time. And a 12-5 on an 8. That'll get the job done. But not what he wanted. So we move the frame number 6. A 279 to a 238. See if Earl can get the turkey here, folks. And a 12-3. Yes, he does. That last pin, he put the body English on, weighted, and it went down. He's got a turkey. Working on a 4-bagger. And not going to happen. Not going to happen. That's only 7 pins, folks. Can't get the 4-bagger. Can he pick up the spare here? And he does. Hopefully he's right back in it now with that spare. So we got a 256 to a 238. And we're in the frame number 7 for John. And a 12-5. He just can't get the job done. That will get him a strikeout. 12-5 will get the job done. And here's the 8th frame for him. And a 4-1. And John all of a sudden here is trying to close out strong. Putting the pressure right back on Earl. Can Earl answer here in the 8th? And a 13-1, he most certainly can. And here's the important 9th frame. And a 3-2. He's got a double going into the 10th. And John's trying to get a turkey to go into the 10th with. And a 17-4. And that's only going to be 8 pins. He can't get the turkey here, folks. See if he can pick up the spare. And a 19-5. 1 and 8. And he gets an open frame, folks. Can't get the spare open frame. And this match is over, folks. Turn out the lights. The party's over. An open frame here. Best he can get's a 204. John has struggled here in this 9th frame. Not what he wanted. And an 11-3. He's back on the strike zone. See if he can finish out with a turkey here. And an 8-4, back to back. Now he's trying for the turkey. And a 20 and a 1. He does get the turkey. So he's going to finish with a 204. Let's see what Earl can do. Needs a strike here on this first ball. Get his turkey here. And he doesn't. Earl doesn't. A 7 split. Earl trying to blow it here, folks. Can he pick up the spare? Needs this badly. And a 3-1 will get the job done. Awesome job there. And he has won this match with that spare. But he didn't make it easy, folks. And a 14-2 is 9 pins. Did not make it easy. Almost blew it. Almost had an open 10th frame. He wins easily, though. A 232 to a 204. Starting off with a 29. 49, 69, 99, 126, 146, 166, 193, 213, and a 232 to wrap it up with. John struggled early. A 20, 45, 65, 80, 98, 118, 146, 165, 174, and then a 204. Finished strong now. All righty. I want to thank Ken Castro joins us here, along with Tim D. I want to thank those guys for showing up here. And Earl is now, he's got 8 wins and he's got 8 losses, folks. I believe that's what it was. Coming into this, he was 7-5. So no, he is 9-7. He won the last 2 matches, 9-7. Earl is in this challenge. He lost the first 2 matches, a 232 to a 196, a terrible match for him. Then he blew it in the 10th frame with a lost 209 to 205. Then he smoked poor SKEE, a 221 to a 187. And he beats John pretty handily too here. John Guenther, a 232 to a 204. Like I say, I want to thank Ken Castro and Tim D for stopping in. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of the bowling alley, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.